Everything in life occurs as a process. There are no sudden events. Whether it's growing a tree, having a successful business, having a child, even having an accident. An accident is not a sudden occurrence. There is a time to plant, there's a time to wait, there's a time to water the ground, there's a time to wait again. These are processes, not just time. The process occurs with time, however, it's not time bound alone. There is a process going on, and there is what is needed to be done in at certain times in this whole process. But the guy goes, okay, listen, I have planted, I have waited, I need the leaves, It's too soon. Well, the other guy goes, hey, listen, I get it. I've waited a few months. I have a tree, I can see a tree with leaves. I want fruits. And he starts shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking. There are no fruits yet. There is a time, there's a season, there is an event that triggers another event. There's a process to all of this stuff. There's a time to water. It's a process. There's a time to get the right fruits. There's a time when if you don't get the fruits, they start falling off and they go bad. So it's very important in life. It's a very important skill to have, understanding that everything occurs in the process, as a process, through a process. So when a child is trying to take that first step, it's not time to run, it's not time to jump. It's time for that first step. That's the process. This happens in our lives as entrepreneurs, in our lives, relationships. It's all a process. I heard once that a very good chess player thinks about 5 moves and really focuses on those 5 moves ahead of, the player in front of them. The person also said that a great chess player thinks about 15-20 moves ahead, but they focus on the next best move. And that's what's really important. What's important is that you have to figure out what the entire process is. What's the process? What's the model of this whole thing? How does it work? Figuring out how this thing works, but your focus at every point is the next best step. It's like what happened to me when I started my consulting agency. I started a consulting company helping people with branding and marketing through social media advertising. And the first year was hell. It was hell. Towards the second year, I started to understand the patterns, that there's a process going on here. And when I miss or skip certain things, I pay dearly. So what is this process? So I sat down and with the help of mentors as well, I studied the game and I figured it out that there's a process going on. And I started to really pay attention to this process so that I knew what to do at every single point. I knew what was going to go on at the next point, what was going to go on after that. So all I needed to do was to focus on making the best move right now at this point. Okay, I knew I had to get started. To get started, I had to make preliminary decisions, which some of them I skipped. I skipped those basic decisions. I did. So I had to go back to making these preliminary, fundamental decisions for the business to get me properly started. Now I knew that every business must grow. Every business must grow by revenue. Revenue comes from sales, getting clients. Now, even getting clients is a process. I have to get paid, I have to get these clients results, I have to get these clients to become my affiliates, my ambassadors for my business. So the moment I fleshed out, getting started, the steps, fleshed out, getting clients, the steps. It's a stranger right now. The stranger needs to know about me. Attention. Here I am, I exist and I can help you. I have to get their interest. I have to get them really interested in what I'm saying. I have to get them interested in what I'm offering. You know, the moment I started figuring out this whole process going on, it became really easy for me. And the rest of it was the law of averages, just understanding that it's all numbers. And as long as I'm in my process, as long as I show up focused on my next best move, I am going to win. And many people today, in relationships, in their personal lives, and also in business, especially in the consulting business, because in the consulting business, consulting meaning offering service or advice on a particular expertise. Many people in my industry, we're trying to sell the invincible, and to do that requires certain skills, requires certain things to be in place. Like someone once said that most people in the consulting world are trying to fuck total strangers. You have to buy them coffee first. So if you want to figure out, if you're trying to figure out, if you're in my industry, you're doing social media advertising, or you're just a general consultant by any means, and you want to figure out how we're able to make profits of 1.2 million euros last year, there is a Facebook group where I show up every single day and I share my ideas, I share my knowledge, and I take you behind the scene to see what's going on. And we're always up to date with the latest information on how you can improve your business, how you can, irrespective of where you are, at what point you are in your business, we can help you, because we figured this process out, and we do this for free. It's all free. You come and join us and you get all of this information. And also there's a link below if you just want to speak to an expert about your business, how you can take it to the next level. Maybe just figure out your process. Book a time to speak with one of our experts so we can hold your hand, spend a little bit of time with you, 15-20 minutes. Speak to people who have figured it out and who can help you. See you in the next video.